I'm Brent Steele, Vice President of the NMLRA, and I've been coming down here shooting pistols since 1972, and today I'm interviewing Mike Luma.
Mike Luma, longtime pistol shooter, currently the chairman of the pistol committee, busy down here doing what we do at Friendship.
Mike, when did you first start coming to Friendship?
1966. At 18, my grandfather thought I should see this. He used to shoot here in the 40s. So we came down then, and I was mesmerized by this whole place immediately. Couldn't leave it alone.
And how did you start pistol shooting as opposed to any of the other venues that we have?
Actually, I bought a pistol because I couldn't afford a rifle. A Tingle pistol cost $42.50, and that was slightly less than what I had. And after looking around at all the rifles, which are all over $100 bucks, of course this is a long time ago, $100 bucks would be pretty nice today, so I bought this Tingle and came down, and really that's how it all started. I had a history teacher in my school that shot here who turned out being a lifelong shooting companion, and I just loved the game.
And what are your goals today that, as compared to those years when you very first started? Have you noticed any change at all, or have they remained the same?
I've noticed changes. You know, when I was younger, it was all about the score and how well I could shoot. Today, you know, 50 years later, it's still about the score, but it's more thoughts about the association and the people here. The more people you get to know, the more interesting this place is. I mean, so my interest is broadened, and we're looking at some different venues. We've shot offhand rifle and bench, and now we're looking at skeet and trap, and you know, I've got grandkids and my own kids that are interested. So we're kind of broadening out a little bit in the shooting game.
And what do you think is the most important things to the other people who attend Friendship?
I think a lot of this is about the people down here. You walk into a world down here where there's so much knowledge in this game, and you've got this variety of people. Some are casual shooters, some are serious. Some people come down to enjoy the atmosphere and be here at Friendship. You don't see a difference between a hard competitive shooter. So it's just an intermingling of these interests that we all have, you know, in the muzzleloading shooting.
You and I have seen a lot of shooters come and go. Actually, they're just, you know, heroes to us. Can you tell us a little bit about the early history of shooting here?
Pistol shooting began shortly after the rifle shooting started. 1933, we became an association. The interest in those days was the original guns. People were digging those fine old guns out of closets and say, let's go shoot. And it culminated in this area. Shortly after that, they also started digging out Civil War revolvers, original Kentucky pistols, and original duelers. That was all they had. There were no reproductions. So people were down here shooting original guns, and that's really where all this began. And it was as early as the 50s when some people saw where this was headed, and then the reproduction started coming out.
As to the pistol shooters today, what do you think is the most important thing to them?
We're constantly looking at what shooters want to do. You know, where are we headed on the pistol line, and what's going to draw more shooters into our venue?
I think some of the things that I enjoyed the most about the pistol line was that it was a more relaxed atmosphere to me. I shot bench and I shot some cross-stick buffalo, but the friends I made it on the pistol line were, and I look forward every year.
Yeah.
The closer I got to Friendship, the quicker I drove. I mean, a state trooper could have given me a ticket at any time within a few miles of this place. I can't wait to get to this place.
Well, you know, I'm the exact same way. When I get close to Friendship, you know, it's almost like you get excited like you're a kid. I can't wait to get down here.
Tell me about some of the pistols so that our viewers can understand the pistols that are on the line and available to shoot.
there's two basic fields. You've got your traditional guns, which would be like a dueler, you know, or a Kentucky or a Civil War type revolver. And that's, you know, that's what we call our traditional matches. There's a whole aggregate for that. And then you've got the open matches where you can use anything that's a round ball or a bullet gun and iron sights. And you know, guys go so far as to build a freestyle pistol. You know, so there's everything in between. They're not a hard project to build a pistol. That's a lot of what this is experimentation, trying new ideas.
And there are guns available down here too for sale, are there not?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a few custom builders. The Yazel pistols that everybody's so familiar with on this line. Harold had retired from building pistols, and a fellow bought that line, and in fact he's got a dozen of them down here for sale this shoot. So those are going to stay on the line. So, and there's other builders, and then there's the guys like me that'll probably build their own gun, and it's not a terrible job.
Well, there are guys like me that have no machining ability whatsoever that are tickled to death to be able to buy a good gun down here and compete with it.
Oh yeah, yeah, and we've got that. There, you can buy a cap lock and a flintlock. You got your 2 single shots, and you're good to go. And then it's just a matter of picking up a good revolver. That could be a Ruger, which is very, very popular, the old armies, or any variety of other revolvers that you may choose to use.
Mike, where do you think the NMLRA is headed?
We're going forward. I mean, we're definitely looking into the future and making plans. And you know, one of our discussions that we've had down here at times is, it's like we're a secret to some parts of the shooting community, and we're going to change that. We want people to know who we are. We've got over a quarter-mile of firing range here, and you know, we've got trap and skeet programs. We've got primitive across the road. We got any interest that people are interested in, and we want them to know what we're doing down here, because to us, if you're a shooter, if you like to shoot, and you see this place once, you're going to come back.
There's plenty of shooting that goes on down here all the time. There's sporting plays in the back, there's quail walk, there's so many different things to be excited about or get interested in. I started shooting shotgun, black powder shotgun, and I don't spend as much time on the pistol line as I used to. I know you're moving on to trap and skeet yourself.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of things for people to get interested in. Let me ask you, what do you think is the most fun thing for you about the NMLRA and this whole event?
That's a tough question. You know, my immediate response is all of it. And I don't think that's too far off. I mean, the fact that you know, I've got family participating, and I've got a lot of friends down here, and I get excited about my shooting. Everything about friendship clicks with me.
To me, the greatest thing is to see the young kids who finally start scoring and shooting down here, learn gun safety, the proper way to handle a gun. But more than that, they learn how to be an adult and get along with people older than them. And the kids are interacting with themselves, but the young kids are interacting with the adults. I've got my 10-year-old grandson down here this week, and I hope I've set the hook in him really good. He says he loves it, but to me, that's what it's all about, to see the smiles on all the faces.
Well, you know, that's exactly the way I feel. We've got an 18 and a 20-year-old grandkids down here, and they like being here. They want to spend this week with us, and we're just thrilled because this is what we like to do. They like it. My grandson, who's a very good pistol shooter already, has said, you know, Grandpa, I'm going to beat you down there one day, and I'm going to win the championship. I said, I'm looking forward to seeing that happen very much.